Good morning, sleepyheads. Wow, three folks. You'll be proud of me. I'm drinking tea with garlic and honey and ginger and green tea and ginseng. A little ginseng for the old guy. I've been a kind of a fan of ginseng for a while. I get my roots from a grower in Wisconsin. They're really nice people. I get little roots from. It's pretty amazing because to get a ginseng root in the wild is not easy. By that I mean, if you're trying to get ginseng roots in Tennessee, what I remember was that there was a lot of competition. Hey, Marianne McGregor, I love your name, Marianne McGregor. In South Africa, wow, 1,800 hours. I don't even know what that means. Let's see, 1,800. I can't. I'm feeling like mentally a little bit more clear, but my body is still not 100%. Hey, Richard. Yeah, not to ship. I know. I mean, they're really doing an all-out attack. That poor woman, Kristen. Rob just called me and he told me that woman, Kristen, who was a YouTuber, got taken out. You did get a notification. Yeah, I sent notification on both of my channels. They took a long time to approve. I had a glitch today. I put out an unedited video, and then I realized it, and I saw it. I was horrified. So I took a few minutes to upload the right one. Hey, Prophecy Seeker. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Listen, we are in the last of the 10 plagues. This is we've been talking about this for days because this is really where it's at. It's all about the plague of the firstborn and leaving Mitzrayim. We are leaving Egypt, and it's happening in the news. It's happening in Torah. It's an unbelievable thing. Rob Youngblood just called me, and he said that Rabbi Gordon on Chabad.org also was talking about how the things that are happening in Torah today are happening in the news. I mean, this is not ancient history. So I'm not the only guy with this idea. Hey, Erwin. Forcing postal not to ship. Yeah, so the way around that is to buy black cumin seeds. I think it's called something sativa, like I can't remember, but I put it on my Telegram channel. I put a link. You can get it on Amazon. I ordered some on Amazon. I don't know if they're going to try to stop that as well, but that's the precursor, I believe, to the eye drug. They are like just falling over themselves. They are losing they are losing it. They are completely losing it. This whole thing with Liz Cheney, and I heard that the Supreme Court is also on it. Right. Yeah, I'm not worried about XRP, man. This is all the Kabbalah. The Kabbalah's the last attempt to dominate the world. It ain't gonna work, man. You could see like in the stock market also. Yesterday, by the way, Trump's Truth Social investment stock went up like a lot, and then it went down again today. But gold is going up, stocks are going down. I mean, this is all Larry Fink and the boys, man, putting out their last dibs before they spend the rest of their lives in Gitmo. I hope I'm not blowing it by saying that, but it's time for these guys to go. The guy whose name ends with a jewel, that's a white jewel that they mine in South Africa. His first name is Jamie. All these guys, man, they're just as chayiv, they're just as criminal as the doctor, as Dr. F. These guys have to go down, and you're seeing them in their last ditched attempts, present and ready to rock. All right, Patricia. But if you need cure, like I didn't get it in time, so I'm actually taking antibiotics, and one of my nice friends was nice enough to subscribe this stuff for me, and this is helping, but it's not helping a lot, because whatever we have, which they might have sprayed in the air for all we know, it's not deadly, but it is, it lasts a while, and it is very, very, it spreads easily. The people are crazy, yeah, and you can see them now. You can really, and that's the what the white hats have been quietly doing this whole last year, is putting these people front and center, allowing them to destroy themselves. Very sad. A mud mic. I'm not sure what that is. Black seed oil. That's smart. Yeah. Dr. Z is a hero, man. He is my hero. NAC helps. I think I had some NAC. I think NAC is the one I have. I'm not sure. Yeah, Richard, thanks for the heads up about. Yeah, I don't need to be doing another thing on language. It's not really my strong point anyway. I just thought if it wasn't available, but if it's available, that's totally cool. I'm sure there are other things that I can do that would be more of use. Yeah, from the books behind me, right? Yeah, I'm slowly making my way. I'm learning a little bit at night. I have a friend, and we learn a little bit. But by the way, this row here, you see the brown and the blue. Those are actually children's books in Yiddish. The Rebbe put out a series on like children's Torah book. Like, in other words, the Rebbe was concerned that there was no kosher reading material for kids. This was back, in the 50s, before the Rebbe took over the world, really. Yeah. So you want to see one? Yeah. Okay. So I'll show you one. Let's see. This is the Yiddish one, and the other one, the brown ones, are translated into English. It's called Talks and Tales, and the other stuff is my more things from the Rebbe. But I could show you. What's cool about these things, and these are old magazines. These are from very, very old magazines, but they have a lot of pictures of like animals, kosher animals. Like it wouldn't be kosher to have a picture of a catfish for kids. Catfish is not a kosher animal, or God forbid a pig. But this is the idea, was that to have kosher reading material in Yiddish. I'm not even sure I could read it. Der Yom Oin Dach. Anyway, my Yiddish is not so good, as you can tell. But the idea was that, when we bought them for my son. I don't think my son was really that interested in them, and he actually went to a school where they spoke in Yiddish, but he kind of rebelled against it. He didn't. It wasn't. The people were a little bit too serious, too strict, and my son was just like, after a while, when he got to be around 8th grade, and he was in a boarding school with these people, and he was just like, Tati, man, really? So, you can go too far with these things, I think. And my son has, he's similar to me in that respect, that he he doesn't put up with nonsense. He doesn't put up with people doing things just because you're supposed to do them. That's not a family tradition. Um, but I'll have to check out the NEC. Okay. Thank you, Richard. I can't. You're my lifesaver, man. You and she's not here today. Carl and Joe are my saviors, but and you're all my saviors. I mean, you guys are helping me. Like, we're gonna get through this, and so let's, yeah. So that was talks and tales. What is it in Yiddish? Mit nider, kneder, un eugen, whatever. My Yiddish is terrible, but I can kind of like hang out with the guys and say like was is das, or mud mix, zeolite powder, and activated charcoal powder flushes. Oh, that is so good. A mud mix, zeolite powder. I think that's very interesting, Marianne McGregor. Could you can you post that on my Telegram page? I have one Telegram page, or send me an email on kabbalahguru at gmail.com, and then I can post it for everyone to get to. Thanks, Richard, for checking this out. Are you going to read us? Yeah, from the books. So I tried. I can't read the Yiddish. I can read it in English. How about the link question? The link. I'm not sure what you mean, Richard. Oh, the link, right, to the mud mix. The Dead Sea Scrolls, right? Have you already? I have not spoken on those. I'm not really so bucky in that. Oh yeah, that thing about Aleph base. Now Richard said he found some very good sites online to learn Aleph base. I think I still have that book out. Yeah, it's really for kids, but it's very good for adults too. It's called Azer Mivoy Likira. So I mean, this is what it looks like. I'll have to find I don't even know if they publish it anymore, honestly. I'll have to find out about this. I'll keep this out here so I can try to remember in my bungling way of getting through the day. We don't have that much time. Oh, the Patreon link wasn't operable. Oh, I thought it was. I thought they checked it again and it was. Okay, so I'll check out the Patreon link. That's something else. Thank you, Richard. Okay, so my Patreon link I have to check. I'm a bit of a absent-minded professor about some things. I did settle a big score with the Department of Education yesterday, which brings me great relief. It was just a few clicks. I totally freaked out. For days, I was like, I was in a tizzy. I was like, I can't deal with it. I'm going to retire because I couldn't. And then, hey, Scott. And then hey, Jeff, I called the Department of Education. I actually got through. I called the UFT. I actually got through. Somebody actually talked to me, and I said to him, I said, like, well, what do I have to do? And he was like, wow, you're so like, honest. I mean, it's like everyone's so brainwashed into like that we have to go through all these channels and we have to speak a certain way and we have to. I said, look, man, I don't want to be in trouble with the DOE. I don't want to have to retire. I want to retire when I want to retire, but. Anyway, so I took care of it, and it was really simple. But I in my mind, I made it into this big issue, and that's, hey, Carla Joe, 22 degrees. Wow, 22 degrees, unbelievable. It snowed in New York. There's a bunch of snow in I'm unfortunately too under the weather to have to deal with it, so my son is going to have to deal for the first time with shoveling process. I think it'll be an education that he will not forget. Because I live on the corner. I live on a corner house, and I have garages. So there's a big area that has to be shoveled. I bought a little tiny house. It's really a shoebox, but it came with 4 garages, believe it or not. And I don't use any of them. I used to use one for my wood shop, but then I couldn't really even afford that. I said, I got to rent it out. So, yeah, right. I thought we were going to be spared snow this year, but I guess not. Okay, I'll check it out though. I mean, I yeah, I haven't heard from Patreon lately. I mean, they did send me like an email. When you send me an email, it comes through. Yeah, there is snow in New York. It looks like about 8 inches. It's a good snowstorm, but it looks like it's sunny and warm out, so I think it'll melt fast. Excuse me. Um, so I'm sorry, my body is just wretched, and I'm drinking garlic tea with honey, and feeling a little bit under the weather, but not as bad as I felt in the last couple of days. I feel like my brain is sort of operational somewhat, which could be a good thing, could be dangerous. Anyway, we're really in the thick of it now. So this is like we are in. This is in today's parsha. In today's parsha, we're talking about the. We're talking about actually leaving Egypt, I believe. Let me just make sure I'm speaking rightly here. Right, the 6th reading, the 10th plague, the firstborn. Okay, it was exactly at midnight. Okay, so this is the 6th reading. This is today's reading. It was exactly at midnight on the 15th of Nisan. Now, I'm saying that it's happening in the Parsha, so it's happening today, mitzad, on the side of thought. Like, whether or not it's going to manifest today, I mean, it seems to be manifesting. It seems like the deep state is in complete and utter disarray. And that's what this firstborn plague is about. The Egyptian houses, it was finally, like Pharaoh said, okay, get out of here. You got to go already. It's enough. I mean, after 9 plagues, Pharaoh would not let the Jewish people go. He said, you could go, but leave your kids. You could go, but leave your cattle. And finally he said, okay, get out of Dodge, man, leave. So that's happening in today's Parsha. And today, it's anyway. We're coming in. It's Erev Shabbos. It's right before Shabbos. This is short Shabbos. So Shabbos starts at like we light candles at 4:00, which is very early. All the plans of mice and Kabbalah, go straight. They are. I mean, you see Liz Cheney. I mean, how pathetic can you get? How pathetic? You can lie. You really think we're still asleep? Everyone's awake now. Apoplectic. I'm not even sure what that means, Basement. Maybe you can define that for me. VOMRED. All right. Yeah, let's keep it going. Scott, Marianne McGregor. I'm just going to keep saying your name because I love it so much. What a cool name. McGregor. First, I guess McGregor also from Peter Rabbit. I mean, my favorite movie is Peter Rabbit. I know part 2 has been out, but I never watch movies. I want to watch part 2. I love Peter Rabbit. When I had my class, my special needs kids, we would watch Peter Rabbit over and over again because it was like the only one on Netflix or whatever it was that I could get in the classroom. So every Friday we would watch Peter Rabbit again, and we'd all laugh. And me and one of the paras, there was one para there, paraprofessional, that just thought it was a laugh riot. It's just funny. And we were like just yumming it up. But anyway, so this is it, man. This is the one. This is the big one. But by the way, this is just the beginning of the destruction of the deep state from Scotland, man. I'm thinking the Tartars are from Scotland. I'm seeing the Scottish buildings. Thank God the Scottish didn't destroy those beautiful Tartar buildings. I mean, they're so gorgeous. I mean, it's so beautiful, those old buildings. How could they destroy them? Ay, ay, ay. And they're all underground. They're all buried underground. Anyway, this is not the end of things. This is the beginning. We are leaving Mitzrayim, but next week we're going through the Sea of Reeds. The sea splits, and whatever's left of the deep state will be destroyed next week. And then the week after that, Yisro comes, and we receive the Torah. And that's once now the Torah makes spiritual physical, and once it's physical, man, nothing can stop what's coming. So that's the week of. Where's my calendar here? It's somewhere buried under things. Hold on. I have a very unique filing system. Drives my wife crazy, but at the end of the week, she just comes with like a shovel and just like shovels off all my like disarray everywhere. I really try to stay organized. I mean, I am organized actually. It's just that it doesn't, to the normal eye, it looks like there's a mad professor in the house who's like completely out of his brain, which is probably pretty accurate. Anyway, so let's just look at the weeks. This week we're coming up to the 8th, right? We're leaving Mitzrayim. We're leaving slavery. The deep state is broken. The plague of the firstborn is happening as we speak, and they are in complete disarray. They don't know what to do, and they're saying, "Okay, maybe it's time to let the people go." Duh. And then the week after, to the 15th, is Beshalach, which means they went or something. They go. I'll get the actual translation, and then the week after that is Jethro, where we're actually gone, and we received the Torah. Let me get the direct translation of Beshalach. Beshalach, they translated to mean send. Pharaoh had to send these people out. God did not lead them and they couldn't go like the normal way. They couldn't just leave and go to the Sea of Reeds. They had to go kind of like around the bend because God was afraid everyone was going to return. And then there's that great scene that happens next week where the 4 camps are standing at the Sea of Reeds, and one says, "Let's fight." One says, "Let's pray." One says, and the one that wins is the guy who actually just walks into the water. Nachshon just walks into the water. He's and that causes the sea to split. So we just have to keep walking ahead. And excuse me, don't look back. Don't be like Lot's wife. We don't want to turn into a pillar of salt. We want to just keep marching onward. Hey, Timothy. Okay, so overcome with anger, extremely indignant. Yeah, we don't want to also be lost in our anger. Wow, Mr. McGregor. And now I understand. I mean, being a gardener, I mean, the rabbits coming to eating all your food. I don't know, man. I'm not so into like the cute little rabbits, and they're not even kosher. I actually have, before I got kosher, many years before I got kosher, I did actually taste rabbit. I didn't find it to be, a joyous experience as I remember, but it was okay. Anyway, so it was exactly at midnight on the 15th of Nisan that God, in concurrence with the heavenly court, struck down every firstborn in Egypt. So that's tonight, except that on the 15th of Nisan is in a couple of months, but the panemius, the idea of it is happening tonight. So I would not be surprised if the EBS. I mean, I've been waiting for the EBS to kick into place, where they start broadcasting and they go on the offensive against these people. Tonight would be a perfect night, but it doesn't seem to be happening. I don't know. Yeah, right. In case they like change their mind and like go home. They miss the flesh pots of Egypt. They say they could just a little more, a little fish stew, I mean, can we go back? And, my pillow, I left my, if you ever go, if you're a camper like me, man, anything you forget, you regret. You're out in the woods. And I think there was an adventure. There's a guy who does videos on the woods, and he was blaming his wife forgot to bring her pack or something, or she forgot the tent. Whoops. All right. Anyway, so yeah, so exactly so, and now every firstborn was destroyed. So Pharaoh rose from his bed in the middle of the night, and then he woke everybody up, and he looked for Moses, and he said, "Goodbye. Take your flock, your cattle, your kids. Take everything. Get the heck out of here." And the Egyptians, and that's what the deep state is going to do. They're going to realize that it doesn't pay to try to control the world, to steal our money, to steal our health, to steal our educational systems, to steal our houses, to steal everything. They want everything. And you know what? They're going to really regret it soon. They're going to be, they're going to be swinging. They're going to be swinging in joy. Okay, so and the people had eaten their matzah with the Passover offering. Okay, so they already ate. They had their big. I don't know if you've ever been to a Jewish seder. Hey, Strove! Wow, some two garlic pieces, cinnamon sticks. Oh, I didn't think it's, and also the peelings, right? The lemons. We ran out of lemons over here. Take a shot of brandy. That's what I need, except I'm an alcoholic. And if I had one shot, I'd have a lot of shots. I wouldn't stop with one. I was thinking about how nice it is to like escape into a nice IPA beer. How like that was just like, that was as good as it got for me. Moving to Brooklyn, where it's like the home of homebrewed beers, was like, in some ways, I mean, was it worse than moving to Tennessee and having moonshine around? You can't blame the liquor, really. You can't blame the substance, you know? Um, that's like blaming the gun or blaming, the car ran the people over. I mean, really? Okay, so the Egyptians, so anyway, so they had their clothes, they took all the gold and silver, and this is also another thing that's really like happening because we're moving over to gold and silver backed currency. So this is very much in line with the Parsha. Um, Also, I'm gonna, I said yesterday the CIA being the firstborn. I mean, these people have been like the bad boys have been running the planet, and it's time for them to go. So okay, so in addition, okay, so God granted favor and they granted the request and they drained Egypt of its wealth. We are going to drain the deep state of its wealth. XRP is going to moon. All their investments are going to go down the tube. All their paper contracts are going to be for naught. They've been controlling. I mean, I saw I looked at the gold prices this morning. Gold was going up, and all the other stocks were going down. And by the way, maybe I mentioned this already, but um, Trump's stock went up yesterday, like a lot, and then it went down again a little bit. But this is all happening. This is a happening thing. A banquet. Yeah, Manus. Yeah, definitely check out Manus. If you're right, if YouTube is allowing all the EBS videos, don't count on it. Right. Court systems. Good question. I think all the court. I think, as I remember, all the judges have to be re-educated and they have to like become honest. Um, what a thought! What a concept! Okay, so God sent an angel to show the people which way to go, and they traveled to Ramses and Sukkot, about 600,000 men and a bunch of like all the nations. There were nations that came with them, and yeah, with the mixed multitude of people, which caused some problems later on. And the total length that the Israels had lived in Egypt was 430 years. But oh, and 210 years in Egypt. So it was 430 years from when Abraham did the sacrifice between the halves, when he broke the animals and he walked between them. But it was really 210 years in Egypt. 210. I wonder if how that in terms of the let's see, from the 1800s to now is like two. That would be 220, maybe 230, maybe 230 years of America being in existence approximately. But it's not far off. It's not far off to think that we could go free. And let me just see. It goes in. Am I reading today's parsha or tomorrow's? Right. I'm still in today's parsha. So okay. So I'm just summarizing. Um, no person. Okay. So they're talking about the Passover. Still talking about Passover. On that day, all the hosts of God left Egypt. God did not delay. When the time came, this is also interesting. When the time came, God did not delay the Exodus even by an instant. So when the time is right, Baseman, good idea, good observation about the EBS. They wouldn't be, YouTube would not be letting those people broadcast that every day, that the EBS is imminent. I personally think that they're going to take over like Twitter and I don't know, CNN, whatever, and broadcast it on CNN. But yeah, so okay, so they're out, and they talk about Pesach, about Passover, and then and then they say at Sukkot, God spoke to Moses saying, "Since I spared the firstborn of the Israelites in this most recent plague, they owe me their lives. Therefore, consecrate to me from among the Jews every firstborn of man or beast." That's the first issue. The firstborns, man, the firstborns are going down. This could happen literally. I mean, Rob Youngblood was saying that with all the families that are really only like one child, it means there are a lot of firstborns. I hate to think that, but they so there's I think this is about Pidyon Haben, which they have to consecrate. They have to give an offering to the Kohanim, which we did for my son. You must eat, and then they're going to talk about matzah tomorrow. Tomorrow's parsha to talk about matzah, eating matzah for 7 days, and it just goes on and on. Let's see, consecrating the firstborn, yeah, and the festival of Passover. Remember Passover. And to keep Passover. So this is like this parsha is just it kind of like it to me. It's just like hammering the same point home again and again. Brooke gets EBS on CNN. That's yeah, that would be the best. I think that would be neat. Absolutely. Misinformation. Interesting. Yeah, Lot was more righteous probably than the people who were living in Mitzrayim. Yeah. I think a lot of people are going to get arrested. I mean, a lot of these judges, I don't know. I don't know how this whole thing is going to play down, but it's certainly time to go. It's according to according to Paro too, it's like it's time to rock and roll, man, to get the heck out of Dodge. Um, it's sponsored by the ADL and yeah, the EVS will be sent out to all channels. Yeah. I think America is very similar. I mean, it's a righteous nation. This is a righteous nation. There's no question about it. But we have issues, yeah. But the deep state cabal is global. I mean, we're talking about I think this is a global. Really, the people are holy, man. They're holy people, and they deserve to live in freedom. The prophet book. Oh, right, that was the Rambam on prophecy. That's how to be a prophet in your spare time for fun and profit. This is it's a 2-volume set. I'm sure if you call Rabbi Sassler, he'll know exactly what this is. My wife gave it to me, I think, for my birthday or something like that. And I occasionally read it, thinking like, how do I do this? How do you become a prophet? Prophet is also a priest. I mean, there's certain requirements to being a prophet, but so YouTube also allows producers. It's not happening. Yeah, we're all representatives of God. I mean, this is the Great Awakening. These people have been enslaving the planet for biblical times. God says, "Don't worship Molech. Don't pass your kids through the fire." This is the same crowd, the same bad boys that plagued us back in. And the Rebbe said that we are the generation, mamish. We are an incarnation of. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. We are an incarnation. You and me and all of us are an incarnation of the generation that left Egypt. We are an incarnation. We are a reincarnation of a Gilgal of that generation of the people who spent 40 years in the Midbar. That's us, and we are leaving slavery again. This is a repeat. We know how to do this. We're trained. We're well trained. We've been trained for thousands of years to do this. It's not a stretch. Yes, seek out your special gift or talent and don't force others. That's beautiful, Richard. Yeah, I think that's what I was trying to get to with my course. By the way, I still need a couple of people to write reviews of my course. It can be very short. I just need, your name, a picture, and if you could send me something on Kabbalah Guru. Yeah, I don't know about King Tut, man. Yeah, was that the Steve Martin song, King Tut? He was a nut. Um, yeah, yeah, Bev, I like that, man. We just have to be silent and quiet. I mean, God is simple. God is, it's not complicated. It's, it's, it's pure. It's just, it is what it is. The new awakening, yeah, it's 100%. That's what this is about. It has to be. I mean, we can't. We're too awake to be able to endure any more slavery. I mean, what are the reptiles going to come out from underground with their whips and chains and try to make us do what they want us to do? I don't know. We need to be free of the Pavlovian indoctrination, 100%. We cannot sheep no longer. I think there was something from A Clockwork Orange about sheep. Clockwork Orange was a great movie for what's going on now. I mean, I remember it from my youth. Maybe Richard remembers that. Um, yeah, do not be afraid, man. Okay, so we're going into this. The EBS, is it going to hit tonight? It would sure be nice, but maybe not. I think it's just like, it just seems like all bets are off in terms of timing. Let's check in with the Tanya. I put the Tanya in my filing system, my brilliant filing system. It's right here. I mean, if you saw, you're not seeing the land here on my table, the disarray that is me at work. April, yeah. But I think it's really happening now. It's happening now in terms of intent, in terms of planning, in terms of the intelligence, in terms of the we're all waking up. Whether it'll happen in actuality, yeah, serenity prayer, right? Wisdom to know the difference. This is biblical. There's no question this is biblical, and everything is. But so okay, so let me just get to the Tanya, because I remember Tanya's really cool today. I seem to be losing my voice again. I'm sorry. Okay, so in Tanya today, the 5th of Shvat, the January 7th is the 5th of Shvat, the month of Aquarius. This Torah study and fulfilling the mitzvah constitutes the whole purpose of man. For it is written, I command you these mitzvahs that you do them this day. This day refers specifically to the world of physical action. So it's doing the mitzvahs. And again, if you're a Noachide, you have 7 mitzvahs, which if you talk to Rabbi Rogalski, I'm sure it's a lot more detailed than that. But, mitzvahs. Okay, so how does this love motivate one to perform the commandments? This the Alter Rebbe now goes to explain. The mind, by virtue of its inherent nature, is master over the left part of the heart. The left part of the heart is where, like, the animal soul lives, and the seat of the animal soul. Whereas one's mundane desires and evil thoughts, and over the mouth and other bodily organs, which are the instruments of action. Remember, the action is, that the manifestation, the garments of the soul are thought, speech, and action. End of April 25th, if you checked astronomy. Could be. I mean, that's Passover. Wow, my voice is going fast. I feel so bad that poor woman, Kristen, was taken out. I mean, Rob said I should be careful. We should all be careful. Yeah, Passover starts on the 15th of April. And it goes to the 23rd. And we're coming into, we have a couple more action parshas, and then things are going to get more. We're going to be talking about, in Vayikra, we're going to be talking about building the Mishkan and all that good stuff. Restore Republic on DuckDuckGo, yeah. Right, they're saying it could start today. I would love that. I would love to see that. Restore Republic, yeah, I love that show, but they get me all excited and then it doesn't seem to happen. Yeah, Doug Kuzma. I wasn't familiar with him, but Medbed 220. Yeah, let's hope it happens before that, Prophecy Seeker. They could be clickbait too, yeah. Christian W. She was apparently, I think she was a Playboy model, and Hugh Hefner was a very, very much cabal, and they had underground tunnels from his house to his neighbor's house, and they were doing not nice things. Worldliness stuff going on, yeah. We're growing. Yep. Ah, wow, we have 36 people. That's Lave. 36 is the gematria of heart in Hebrew, Lamed Vav. And they're Lamed Vav Sadikim. Oh, Lave, wait a minute. Lave is, no, it's 32. I'm sorry. 36 is a multiple of Chai, right? Because two times 18 is 36. Smack the like button. Yeah, we're running out of time. I got all excited. No, we still have some time, so we could still schmooze a little bit. But basically, the Tanya, and I want to hit on tomorrow. Um, Your actions are not isolated and not without consequence. Every action has profound ramifications. It can cause the divine to be incarcerated or redeemed. You matter. And that's the real key to all this, is that you are the only one in the history of creation that can be you. Right. You're right. Some Patriot channels do not have the issues I have. Um, I don't know. Yeah, it could be. I mean, we don't know any really what's going on, but it seems like it's so obvious. Liz Cheney, really? Liz Cheney telling us that there was an insurrection in the White House? Really? Hmm, interesting. Yeah, we're getting bigger. I mean, we used to have, I think we used to have 100 when I had my main channel, and it's growing back. Um, I don't know. YouTube is a mystery to me. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. It's just thanks to the Rahmanas, to the mercy of a couple of people on this channel. I'm still, I'm still out of whatever. I was in negative territory in my bank account, but you two brave souls and very generous souls, and may their families be blessed with a great abundance. That whatever. 33 a sign, yeah. Yeah, we're going down to 32. We're down to 32. Now we're at Lave Heart. Um, Trump's rally on January 15th will be a key date. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah, Karen, Karen and I went to the same college. We went to a very prestigious, whatever. Okay. Um, Thank you, Richard. I mean, I just feel like, why can't I be on my feet anymore? I called my lawyer yesterday. I mean, I called my, the guy who's helping with the lawsuit, and I said, man, I want to hang in there. I want to be with you guys. Um, I have to figure out a way. I have to figure out some other way to make money. Yeah, Carlicho, God bless, man. Um, so yeah. So anyway, I'm like, my brain is starting to like lose it here. My voice is getting like sort of getting tightening up. I don't know what's causing that. That's really unusual. Yeah, I do think it will be a key date, but I mean, I think it's time already. I don't know what everyone's waiting for. I mean, I think it's like it's time. It's time to go, man. It's time to jump out of the plane. Um, we can sit here and theorize about it. I'm sure they have a plan. I mean, I don't doubt that the White Hats know exactly what's going down. I don't understand why the economy is still on life support right now. I'm encouraged that Trump's um, his stock went up yesterday. I'm encouraged that gold is up a little bit today and that stocks are down, but cryptos are down. I mean, this could be the big reset. This could be the beginning of Nasara Jasara. I just don't know. A daughter of a war criminal, yeah. But there's probably something we still have to work on. Yeah, I know. There's plenty for me to work on. I just Keep hydrated. Yeah, thanks. Thank you for reminding me. Carla Jo is my Jewish mother. Not really Jewish sister, let's say Jewish sister. But I'll have 2 days. We were going to visit somebody on Friday night, but I'm not going out. Ohio, Brian. Yeah, that's right, Brian. Yeah, near my brother's house. Yeah, I have the tea right here, man. It's full of garlic and ginger and ginseng. But I've been resting a little bit, Sister Carla Jo. Uh, that was my nickname, huh? Interesting. Um, it's amazing. We're in amazing times, and we have like advanced warning, so we know what's going on. Oh, we're up to 36 again. That's cool. Let me read the what they summarized for the parsha. Definitely check out the other Rebbeim. Apparently, Rob Youngblood said that Rabbi Gordon had some cool stuff about today's parsha. Um, let's see. Okay, so Friday, redemption against our will. Despite the horrors of slavery, some Jews had second thoughts about leaving Egypt. God had to force these reluctant Jews out of Egypt by having the Egyptians urge them to depart. Nowadays as well, some might prefer to remain in exile rather than face what they incorrectly imagine to be the oppression of living constantly in God's presence, as we will after messianic redemption. Nevertheless, God will redeem those people too, even against their will. Since Larry Fink, man, you're a Jew probably, and you're gonna be redeemed too. You're gonna be like, we'll probably sit in the same synagogue, man. So you might as well just face up and do the right thing instead of like stealing everyone's money with what is it, BlackRock, and all the bad boys, Mr. Diamond, all you guys, man. You're nice Jewish boys. Time to come home, whether you like it or not. How many houses can you have, man? Really? I mean, are you keeping track of all your houses? Do you get to visit all your houses every year? I get to visit my house every day, all day. I don't have to worry about having other houses around. I don't have to worry about how many boats I have to visit in order to like make it worthwhile. So you guys need to simplify a lot. I heard, I'm going off on a tangent, but I heard that there was a sophisticated race of people that, can manifest whatever they want. And they live in very simple, like little houses, little, basic houses. I mean, whatever. Okay. So on the other hand, if we study the Torah's teachings about the redemption, we will truly yearn for it. Our increased collective yearning for the redemption will, in turn, hasten its arrival. That's coming from the Rebbe. The Rebbe says, man, we got to want it. Using the intellect to transcend the intellect. This is from Shabbos. As noted above, God told Moses to instruct the Israelites, consecrate for me every firstborn. As noted above, our human intellect is allegorically referred to as the firstborn. That's interesting. So the plague of the firstborn is the intellect. This firstborn has to be slaughtered, has to be shechted in order to enable the inner yearnings of our heart to lead us where our human intellect cannot. Besides our human intellect, we also possess a divine intellect, the intellect of our divine soul. In order to grasp God with our inner yearnings of our heart, the divine intellect too has to be bypassed, but it does not have to be slaughtered. Although it cannot grasp God, since God cannot be grasped by any form of intellect, it can still lead us far from the material world to the point beyond which only the inner yearnings of the heart can trend. Therefore, this firstborn need only be consecrated, not slaughtered, not shechted. By the way, the word shechted in Hebrew means elevated. It doesn't mean slaughtered. That's not a good translation. Like when they had the karbanos, when they brought the offerings, those were elevations, not, God forbid, just killing. We consecrate it by employing it to delve intellectually as deeply as we can into the nature of God. Yeah. I've been sick. Yeah, I've been sick, man. This, I'm the one that always gets it. My son, and thank God, my son and wife, they get it at different times, but they don't get it as severely as me. I don't know why. L'chaim, l'chaim, to all my brothers and sisters. May you have a sweet Shabbos. May everything go. May you have all the brachas. Richard, Carla, Joe, especially all the brachas, everything you need for your family, good health. Incredible, healings. L'chaim to life, man. It's life. Karen, man, you should have a great Shabbos. Everybody, Brian in Ohio, basement in Brooklyn, I think no, Florida. Bev, yep. Everything's happening, man, you guys. So, Vitali, man, probably from Italy, I would think. Italy, a lot's going on there. The guys, everything's coming down. So let's see, what are we doing time-wise? Yeah, we're good. We have a few minutes. Amen, amen, amen. Yeah. When you drink like a fish, I hate to pay you, but yeah. Yeah, I can't. We'll be back on Sunday, God willing. Good sheep, right? Yeah, Patricia. Yep. Goats to the left. Yeah. To regeneration. Yeah. My color's better. That's good. Have a wonderful Shabbos, everyone. Martha. Okay, that's good. I hope you learned something, Richard. Again, I can't thank you guys enough. Dr. Garcia, God bless. Stay warm. Yeah, I'm going to stay warm. My wife got me an extra blanket. I'm good to go. Going astray, yeah, but we're not astray, and we're not bad. We're good, and we're going to go. We're coming into the awakening. We're coming into the age of Mashiach. Nothing can stop what's coming. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but the EBS could start right after I don't know. Who knows? Could happen on the 15th. Could happen in April. Could happen 5 years from now. I don't know. Okay, so we'll see you guys Sunday. I'm doing my Jewish goodbye thing again. And we will catch you on the rebound. Have a great Shabbos, a great weekend. May the force be with you. And God bless.